Zegras in. This kid is a player. Oh, that's it. 5-0. This is so slick. The breakaway scores. That is a perfect game of hockey.
In Alberta for Day 5 of the World Juniors, where you will see 3 of the gold medal favorites back to back to back. Canada this afternoon, Russia tonight. But first, it is Team USA against a suddenly dangerous looking Czech squad after they knocked off the Russians the other night. As we bring you inside the bubble to our set, just above the rink here for another day at the World Juniors. Hello, Canada. How you doing? Hope your holidays are doing great. James Duffy and Bob McKenzie with you for the next 10 hours for another triple header. Canada and Switzerland about 3 hours from now. But first up, it is the U.S. versus the Czech Republic. And after an uneventful first couple of days at this tournament, it became its usual wild, unpredictable self on Sunday night when the Czechs upset the Russians via a shutout. That result made an instant wonderful mess of Group B and made this game even more critical to both of these teams. To get you ready for it, Dennis Bayak and Craig Button.
As the Czech Republic comes off the big win over Russia, U.S. knows it will get a tougher game today than what they had against Austria. Is there a player the U.S. would like to see break out, Craig?
Oh, absolutely. It's Cole Caulfield, and it hasn't been from any lack of opportunities. He finds them, he gets them, and he will find the back of the net and cash in. And when you watch how he plays and gets his hands set and gets that release off in the offensive zone, all that's happened right now is the goaltending has stopped them. But I worry about goal scorers when they're not getting their chances. Cole Caulfield's getting his chances, and he will find the back of the net.
Last year in the Czech Republic, the United States beat the Czech Republic in overtime. Cole Caulfield had the winning goal.
Thank you, boys. Not a great start for the U.S. in warm-up. That's starting goalie Spencer Knight getting knocked down. Drew Hellison is going to catch Alex Turcotte's stick, and it trips the U.S. starter. Seems that everybody is okay as Hellison tries to explain what the heck happened, but they should be fine moments before the start of this one. What do we make of their opponents? A Czech team that lost 7-1 to Sweden in their opener and then come back and play a near-perfect game against the Russians.
Yeah, the number 6 hockey power in the world often will show that really, really good game, really, really bad game. It's also a different approach. In the 7-1 loss to Sweden, the team was very aggressive on the forecheck, and they were tight for the first half of the game. Then they completely fell apart. They went from Nick Malik, the goaltender in that game, to Lucas Parik the next game against the Russians, but they also came back not just with a different goaltender, a different approach. Rope-a-dope, strong neutral zone trap, pack it in front of their own net. The Americans aren't sure they're going to get the aggressive checks or the rope-a-dope checks, but what they do know is when the checks get in their own end, they are likely to put 5 players in the slot and put a wall around Lucas Parik, and the Americans know the key to this game is getting inside and being disruptive, not just with pucks, but with bodies as well.
That wall will have to stop Trevor Zegras, among others. The American has already done 2 things he did not do all of last year at this tournament. First of all, score. He has 3 already after going goalless. And after leading the tournament in assists last year, he has his first secondary assist. All of those assists last year, all 9 of them, were primary. Drop of the puck after this.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
Welcome to Edmonton. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship continues at the point in the tournament where the standings start to be looked at a little more closely. United States 1-1, Czech Republic 1-1. That is our matchup. One of three in this building today. The officials for this opening contest, Michael Campbell of Surrey and Carter Sandlack of London, are the referees. The linesmen are Matthew Manella of Niagara Falls and Ben O'Quinn of Woodstock. In goal for the Czech Republic is Lukáš Parík, a 30-save shutout against Russia. Played in Spokane of the Western Hockey League last year. And it'll be Spencer Knight, a rough outing against Russia. Allowed 4 on 12 shots, but great numbers at Boston College, and he will start for the U.S. Karl Mlanek in behind the bench for the Czech Republic. Born in Karlovy Vary, coaches there in the Extra League. And from Centerville, Ohio, Nate Lehman, coaches in Providence, in behind the bench for the United States. Czech Republic and the United States.
Good. Okay, boys, let's have a good one.
This one is underway. Faber will send this into the Czech Republic zone. Lang waits for it as it comes around the boards, never does get to him. Shot turned away. Parík plays it for Courtiel. And Courtiel will play it ahead for Tepley. Tepley works it to the line. Tepley the long shot. Knight turns it aside. In after a loose puck is Kucherik. Shot to the short side, turned away, and Faber's on the loose puck. York will take that drop pass, tipped away from him. And back for Sanderson. Jake Sanderson will send it all the way back for Cameron York, the captain of this U.S. team. And York will start straight up the ice. Gets to the red line, runs out of room there as he gets forced to the near side boards by Baranek. And Sanderson will retrieve the loose puck.
Well, and for the USA, they're going to get run out of space like that because Czech Republic have a game plan. They work it to perfection against Russia, and that is, hey, listen, we're not going to be on the forecheck. We'll sit back here, and you're going to come at us, and we're going to close you off.
Matthew Boldy in with a bump. Ellison plays it back to the line, but it bounces its way all the way back to center. Sanderson retrieves. Deflected in by Beniers. And played around the boards for Rashka. Klikorik carries in. Back for Novak. Novak tried to get that to the front of the net. Rashka was headed there, but the puck deflected away and back up for Zegras. Having a terrific tournament for the United States. Led the World Junior Championship in assists last year with 9. But has found the back of the net this year. Zegras dumps it off into the slot. U.S. in on the attack. Turcotte looks for some room, snaps it to the front of the net. Off the leg. And this will gently get sent down the ice by Rashka. Long lead pass. Trevor Zegras gets squeezed out. Brailovsky carries in, long wrist shot. That's off the right arm of Knight. Turcotte gathers it in, starts back, gets to the red line, chips it in. That'll signal a line change for the United States. Kubicek sends his back up to center. And now grabbed off by York. Relief for Berard. Berard trying to chip it off the boards. It goes off a stick into the Czech Republic bench.
So Spencer Knight back in the net and, you know, had a shaky outing versus Russia, but real sharp right off the bat. You're watching for how he keeps control, how methodical he is in his movements. Right, really nice play. Gets into position, kicks the puck away. It's a very calm and composed goaltender, and certainly the goaltender that the U.S. have put a stake in the ground with. But what a nice luxury to have when you have such a top-notch goalie in Dustin Wolf if Spencer Knight falters.
Third World Junior Championship for Spencer Knight. Did not see any action in British Columbia, but was there as part of the team. Centered in front of the net is Parík. Played it around the boards, and it got picked off on the right side. Good hustle there by Bobby Brink. Now Berard on the steal. Berard goes to the short side. Parík to save. Back for Faber. He rattles one in from the right side wide. Scramble at the side of the net. Parikh is down. Faber takes a look, dishes off to York. And York with a great opportunity. And somehow that stays out.
Sure did. Parikh loses his stick. But the USA applying pressure on the turnover, and Brett Berard decides to shoot. Baranacci going to the net. Looks like he might have had a tap in, but the U.S. stay right on it, and the Czechs try to stay in, but wow. Cam York looking at that net, had an opportunity. I really like the way the U.S. is playing quick. They're moving the puck quick, so they're not allowing the Czechs to get into that neutral zone posture, and they're attacking in the offensive zone.
Part of the challenge in this tournament is you're coming off an 11-0 win.
Well, here's the play here where it kicks back, and as it comes over to Cam York, right off the top of the post, he knew where he was trying to get that shot, crossbar, just didn't get it low enough. Cam knows.
Needs to get some lessons from Noah Gunler from Sweden. All three of his goals here have been off the pipe and in. Sanderson plays it in behind the net. Son of Jeff Sanderson. Beniers sends it back for Sanderson. Looks for some room. Dishes off for Cole Caulfield. Caulfield into the slot. Beniers couldn't shoot it. McComb on the loose puck. Back for Sanderson. Caulfield swings away from the Czech forward. Rashka. Rashka stays on him. And now deflected away, sent up the middle, and we have a penalty. Coming up in behind the play, Michael Campbell.
Rashka's going to get a penalty for roughing. I mean, he was working there with Cole Caulfield, made a terrific play on Cole Caulfield inside the offensive blue
Czech
line.
Republic, minor penalty roughing.
That's just a poor penalty by Adam Rashka, who's coming off of a one-game suspension, but really good play here by Rashka, and they just won't let him go. And the U.S. have looked confident in the offensive zone through just over 4 minutes, and now they get a chance on the power play.
3 for 7 with the man advantage so far. This did come outside the line, so the U.S. will have to clear the zone. That allows the Czech Republic to send it all the way down the ice. Kucheri sending it all the way down, and now he'll head to the bench on the line change. York with the drop for Caulfield, on for Zegras. Zegras will swing it through. Zegras with 3 goals in this tournament. Kaliev will go back and leave it for York. Czech Republic on the penalty kill. They've killed 6 of 9, 66.6%. As the U.S. draws the first power play of the game. Back up top for York. York will swing it cross ice. Zegras lays it down for Boldy. Back for Zegras. Back for Boldy. Trying to chip it short side. Gets a second whack at it. Kaliev hunts it down. Kaliev back for York. Give and go. Caulfield in the high slot. Zegras selects to come back. Gets it back from York. And Parikh reads it well. Tried to smother the loose puck. Could not, but it does get cleared off a stick and out.
There's a chance. Boldy brings it to the net, and then he follows it right up and gets a good opportunity. Gets deflected up and over the net. The fans tuning in here, the young fella right at the bottom, he can't believe it. Come on, get the puck in the net, Matthew.
And we welcome everyone that's tuning in.
If he scores a goal, that'll turn into a big smile by that young boy.
37 seconds left in the man advantage. Parikh, 6'3", has some size to him. Plays it around the boards, trapped there by Brisson. Sanderson waits for it at the line. Colangelo will take the pass. Sends it back for Sanderson. He'll go cross ice. Brisson rattles that off the side of the net. Colangelo drops it back as we're into the dying seconds of this power play, and this will be an icing call against the U.S. And hello to everyone in the Czech Republic that is tuning in They were so excited. The entire country, I'm sure, was excited after that win the other night.
8 o'clock in the evening, just a little bit after 8 o'clock in the Czech Republic. And to see the Czech Republic celebration, those players, the coach with tears of joy.
So I guess two challenges. One is for the Czech Republic, for Coach Glanik to get his team back up to where he wants them, where they were against Russia, and for the United States coming off an easy win against Austria.
Well, and the point about it's easy to get your coach or your team up for Russia, but you got to be up for every team here if you want to advance. And you know, we saw the Czech Republic last year beat Russia on the opening day of the World Junior Championships, and they didn't have success after that. So you always want to beat your arch rival, but ultimately you want to carry that through in your other games.
U.S. had 3 shots on that opening power play. Helleson will park in behind his own net as they'll regroup. On for Johnson. Back for Helleson. Gets to the red line, snaps it up on the glass. Berard waits for it, tried to knife it down low on the backhand. It slips away from him. And Helleson will backtrack. He'll start all over again. Through for Caulfield, deflects it in, cleared right back out again, and Tepley will carry. Tepley with the wrist shot, and Knight at the top of the crease makes the save. No rebound. Scoreless here in the opening period. Time now for Gear Up with Skip the Dishes. And we'll go back to yesterday. Everybody has a job. This is the training staff, and they build the pucks to emulate the logo of their team. And they come out well before warm-up, and there's the end result. Well done. Skip the Dishes, the official food delivery app of Hockey Canada. Face off to the left of Spencer Knight. Vitouche wins the face-off. Slap shot from the line from Kubicek. Turned away by Knight. Vitouche coming into this game 62%. Success rate on the face-offs, winning 8 of 13. Slap shot from the line. Knight got the left pad down on that. Faber with the loose puck, snaps it off the boards up at center. Boldy will backhand this in. And Lukas Parik will leave it at the side of his own net. Deflected up at center. And this will be an icing ball. A bit of a race for it there.
Yeah, Henry Thrun had to get moving pretty quick because Bernick had some speed and was trying to negate the icing. What you saw earlier was the U.S. tried to get the puck up quickly. Boldy posts up, but then you look and he's in a web with 4 Czech Republic players surrounding him. That's what they want to do. They want to put you in that web and not give you much room to work with.
Advantage for the U.S., the fact they saw this game plan against Russia?
Well, I think there absolutely is an advantage, and now the key is the adjustments you make.
Carried into the short side, Kaliev. Turcotte spins and fires. Back for Johnson. On for Turcotte. Drops for Zegras. Cross ice it goes. Slap shot wide, short side. Johnson jumps on the loose puck. In behind the net, and Johnson gets the stick into the feet of Vitouche. And Czech Republic will go to the power play for the first time today.
Offensive zone penalty. Ryan Johnson jumping down from his defense position and trying to keep the pressure on the Czech defense.
USA number 23, 2 minutes trip.
That stick gets in there, and Vitouche in good position and ends up drawing the penalty.
Only the 6th power play of the tournament for the Czech Republic. This in game 3 for them. Helleson, after Beniers won the face-off, gets this down. Here comes Lang. Lang sends it cross ice. Rashka tries to control. Rashka on the loose puck, tries to float it near side. Gives way to Beniers. Beniers carries in against the checking of Haas. Beniers keeps on trucking. Goes off some valuable time deep in the Czech Republic zone. Lang works it to the line and in. Works it for Tepley. Tepley chips it back. Tried to get it all the way to the near corner here for Mishak. And there wasn't enough on it to get to Mishak cleanly. Haas will hold it in. Tepley jumps after it along with Faber, the 2-11s. And then Boldy is there to clear it to the line, but not out. Now with some open ice for Mishak, and he'll set it up. Mishak got pressured there by Boldy. York plays it around, but Tepley's on it. Tepley for the Czech Republic. 50 seconds left in the power play in a 0-0 game. And this will get sent all the way down the ice.
U.S. very smart, aggressive there. Put pressure on, then the next player coming behind. Czechs without support. Can't keep the puck in the offensive zone.
Only the 4th penalty that the U.S. has taken. And a perfect 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Novak plays it back for Kubicek. On for Muzik. Muzik gets pressured and tried to get it back to Kubicek, and it bounced out. And Kubicek had to backtrack. Some room for Baranek. Baranek pressured in the corner by Thrun. Dying seconds of the power play. Rister to the short side by Gut. Save made by Knight. Power play is over. One shot on the power play, and the U.S. now 4 for 4 on the PK in the tournament. Here comes Novak with the Kelowna Rockets. Bounced out at center, no further. Turcotte trying to carry through. He got wrapped up at center. Some room now for Nyman. Nyman turns it over, and Zegras will carry it back. Nyman chasing down low. And now starts back up the ice. Talk about Lucas Parik playing for the Spokane Chief. Nyman's brother, Andre, played for the Spokane Chiefs a few years back. Tepley lays this up at center. Trying to bust his way through, but no room there for Mishak. Now a shot, and grabbed and held by Spencer Knight. 8:50 left to go, opening period.
Well, Spencer Knight is calm and composed, and he certainly demonstrated that in the early part of this game. Drew Hellison on the other part in warm-up knocks him down, but doesn't face Spencer Knight. Now, we can talk about the Russia game that he wasn't at his very best. Spencer Knight knows that better than anybody, but a hallmark of really good goaltending is you don't let a bad game seep into your next games. That's why he's been so good in his career as a junior.
4-0 this year at Boston College. Foley, Beniers, puts this in behind the net. Scoreless here. Caulfield turns, fires. That ticked off the outside of the post. Back in for Beniers, centers. Gobbled up in front of the net by Tepley. Some room for Lang. Lang dishes it across. Almost came off of Mishak back to the front of the net. Mishak was open for a split second on that backside, but the pass was into his skates. And this will be an icy call as Tepley is unable to get a stick on it.
Jan Mishak makes a terrific play in the neutral zone on the rush. He just puts it into space for Lang, and then he quickly gets back to the front of the net. Brock Faber kind of turns away, and Cam York is able to get his stick on it and deflect it a little bit out of harm's way, because that was a really nice rush by Mishak and Lang.
Run holds it in at the line briefly. U.S. will clear the zone, and Haas back for it. Plays it into an open corner, and first on it is Farinacci. John Farinacci spins it to the corner. In with a bump is Bobby Brink, but it's cleared up at center ice. Johnson will backtrack with Baranek giving chase. Johnson will find a little bit of room, winds his way to the line, dishes it off, looking for that return pass, but it bobbled. And this will get cleared back up at center. Front is there, and the Anaheim pick, and he'll rattle this into the Czech Republic zone. Muzik plays it up through center. Baranek will deflect it in, turn and head to the bench on the change. U.S. will start a forward change as well. Sanderson has the puck. Spent a few years in Calgary. Jake Sanderson did. Svozale. On for Rashka. Rashka plays it out to center. Under 7 to go, the opening period. Dennis Bayak, Craig Button, our TSN crew here in Edmonton. Game 1 of 3 here today. Next up, Canada and Switzerland. And then the final game tonight, Austria and Russia.
The U.S. are trying to move quicker with the puck up through the neutral zone and with their skating, but they've made some lateral plays that aren't going to get them established in the offensive zone. They've had some success working below the circles and breaking down the Czechs in that defensive zone. The way the Czechs are playing and the confidence they're playing with in their defensive positioning, you're going to have to turn the puck behind them and get them turned around. Some of the adjustments. You asked me, Dennis, about the adjustments, right? So absolutely you watch video, and Teresa Feaster, the assistant coach, working on the game plan. I mean, she'll have it dialed in. Now it becomes a case of, you know, the players, okay, this is what we're up against. This is now what we have to do. But make no mistake about it, Teresa will have the video to give the players the solutions.
Turned over at center. Hofer will play this in. Hofer had the big goal against Russia, 16:38. Of the second period. Cleared up at center, Zegras. This is the Czech Republic, pretty much a perfect game in that 2-0 win over Russia. And that has made things very interesting in Pool B. Sweden at 2-0, USA 1-1, Russia 1-1, Czech Republic 1-1. Taken at center, and Johnson will wire this in. Caulfield. Boldy tracks it down in the near corner. Boldy on the backhand, tried to work it to the front of the net. Svozale picks it off. And Svozale, the 17-year-old, will chip it out at center. Beniers, eligible for the draft, carries it right back in. Caulfield lost his footing, and that has the puck end up at center ice. Sanderson will send it back in, and Parikh will stop it and play it. With 4:40 left to go here in period number 1. Muzik giving chase on Sanderson. And Jake Sanderson will put the brakes on, and Czech Republic falls back into that 3-2 in the neutral zone. Parikh plays it to the corner boards. Sent up the boards by Kubicek and back out into neutral ice. Faber on the regroup. Drops for York. And York will send it in. Parikh again out to play it. Sends it around for Prickwell. Away from him. Kept it at the line. Back for Berard. Berard takes a look. Finds York at the line. Back for Berard. Berard back for York. He was looking for the one-timer. And it gets away from him.
Keep in mind that Russia scored both their goals, and Czech Republic scored both their goals against Russia off of offensive zone plays, a block shot and a turnover that led to both goals. So that posture that they play in the defensive zone, they're also thinking if you make a mistake, they're going to attack. So when I talk about those lateral plays, they're ready to pounce if you're not sharp.
Brett Berard plays it back into his own zone, heads to the bench on the line change. York will do the same. And Johnson will send this in, deflected by Brisson. Svozale is after it, plays it up the boards, trying to trap it. Is Slaggert, gets away and right back up for the Czech Republic. Rashka dishes it off, heads to the bench, sharp angle shot. Save made there. Rylovsky with the wrister. There's a shot through traffic that goes wide. And grabbed off by Brisson. Finds some room. And onside. Good play there by Landon Slaggert. Had to get that leg back down. And then another line change. Johnson for Zegras. 3 goals and 5 points for Trevor Zegras. Turned pro, waiting for the American Hockey League to get going. And an icing call here against Czech Republic.
The Czechs are good in counterattack. You know, I talked about the 2 goals they scored against Russia. You see here, when they get the puck, they're quickly into position to receive the puck, and they're moving.
Face off to the right of Parik, who was terrific in that game against Russia. 30 for 30, the LA pick. Turcotte will take this face off. And a face-off win by Nyman. Nyman trying to clear. Kept in at the line, Sanderson. Sanderson trying to find a lane and nothing doing as Kofer right on him. Played around by Jiricek. And back in for Helleson. On for Zegras. Kaliev tried to play it to the short side, may have got off his stick. And now we've got a bit of a scrum. Cooler heads will prevail. We'll step aside. It's scoreless.
Well, there's the USA National Team Development Program. Their under-17 team on the bus en route to Green Bay. So they're tuning in. Welcome to the World Junior Hockey Championships. 15 of the players that are on the USA roster played at the National Team Development Program. They started with the U17. In the second year, they become the U18 group. 15 players did exactly the same thing over their time with the National Team Development Program.
So we say hello to them on their way, as Craig said, to Green Bay for a couple of games against the Green Bay Gamblers. Grashka on the backhand, feeds it to the front of the net off the backside. Knight slid across and maybe in a little tight on Tepley. And he chipped it by that far post. Up on the far side as Lacombe takes the check. Boldy tries to work it free. Kinnear's back for it. Spins. Boldy centers it up front, deflects to the corner. And Haas is there to clear it back up at center.
The U.S. had some opportunities when they got the puck in and around Parik. Parik was losing some of his position. He lost his stick. Work it right there to his feet. Work it into the goal crease. You also turn around the defenders. They have to look in there, and you can jump into the play behind those defenders. If there's an area to exploit, that's one that I would look to.
Brink will rattle us around the boards into the Czech Republic zone. Berard after it. Berard trying to swing it free for Bobby Brink. Jammed up in the corner. Vitu's trying to clear Kent. And a wrister by Farinacci, and that's snared by Parik. And again, a little discussion. Maybe talking about last year's tournament in Ostrava.
Here's the play here where Tepley has a really good chance. It's a nice rush and a quick whip backhand. It goes off the toe of his stick. Tepley knows his way around the net. That's a nice play by Adam Raska. Spinning down the boards, and he spins to his backhand. He whips it over to Tepley, and it was a really good scoring chance for the Czechs.
29 goals last year for Tepley with the Winnipeg Ice in the Western Hockey League. Zegras sends this in, comes around the boards, trying to get stick on it was Rylovsky, but he's stripped of the puck. York. Zegras the shot, Rylovsky blocked back.
So right there is where you put the puck into the feet of the goaltender and then hunt it. You stay outside, you're playing right into the Czechs game. Turn them around.
So 10-7, the shots in favor of the Czech Republic. And these two teams with identical 1-1 records have gone through 20 minutes here in Edmonton. No score. Czech Republic, USA.
Thanks for playing us in, Max. NBA on TSN continues tomorrow with a doubleheader as the Hawks tip off against the Nets, followed by a clash between the Trailblazers and the Clippers. Let's hope for the Clippers' sake it goes better than the other night when they didn't have Kawhi and lost by 51 to the Mavs. Action gets underway 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on TSN. James Duthie and Bob McKenzie back with intermission number 1. It's only 20 minutes, Bob, but it's happening again, Bob. It looks exactly like that first period against Russia the other night where the Czechs just sit back with those 5 guys and counterattack effectively. How are the Americans at least trying to deal with it?
Well, if your transition game's not quick and you're trying to do a setup here, look at the neutral zone. All 5 Czechs skating backwards. Boom. Right into the teeth of death there. That's what Pierre Maguire used to call it. And turnover. Now you're coming back and you're still very static lineup going against the 5. Oh, got to regroup again. Come back. Now the U.S. is playing slow. They're not a slow team. They don't want to play that way, and they get nothing out of it. Now, at the other end, here's the problem you run into. All packed in, 5 guys back, taking the passing lanes away, take the shooting lanes away. Look, the Americans get the puck to the middle of the ice, and then they take it back outside. What their head coach, Nate Lehman, wants them to do here is take the puck down low, put it below the goal line, turn the Czechs around, make them defend with, get their backs turned, start to get a low to high, and start to create some confusion. As long as you continue to go on the outside and you can't get the puck or the bodies to the middle of the ice, you're playing the Czechs game.
Or perhaps they need a mistake. And we have seen some shoddy puck handling by young goaltenders in this tournament. We remember the 2 German goaltenders against Canada. That was a disaster. Lukáš Parík had a little bit of that in the first.
Yeah, not nearly as flagrant, but he did give the puck away. Now, in fairness to him, he gave the puck away, and his team got it back, and then they miscued it. So there's the bad clear. Now the Czechs will get the puck here. They've actually got possession, so Parík should have been bailed out. But turnover, the Czechs don't do that very often. And then the next thing you know, there's a whole sequence here where Parík gets turned around. He's behind the net. He thinks it's coming out one side. It comes out the other side. Now he's swimming. And the Czechs push somebody on top of him, and he's all over the ice. And some good opportunities there for the Americans. But nevertheless, it's a real tight game, and it's both teams in the counterattack mode right now.
I'm with Craig Button, though, on that initial turnover. You pass that in front, that's almost an open net and a sure goal. But the Americans still looking for their first. Switzerland still looking for its first win at this tournament, and they'll have a tough task today against Canada. Canada getting 2 players back in the lineup. We'll preview that next. Team Canada's quest for gold at the 2021 World Juniors continues today when they face off against winless Switzerland. The future of hockey lives here. Pre-game show 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, only on TSN. And probably the most excited Canadian player today, Braden Schneider, who, remember, was tossed for that headshot early in the first game of the tournament, suspended for the second game, back in today, and he's with Mark Masters.
Braden, after sitting out a game, what's your sense of anticipation to get back in today?
Yeah, I'm excited. Got a couple days off, and yeah, it's always tough. You feel like you let your team down a little bit when you do something like that, and I mean, it's hockey. I understand it, and you got to play within the rules. And I'm excited to be back in for tonight, and I'm ready to go.
So, what was your perspective on the hit?
I wasn't trying to hurt the guy, and I was happy to see him back in the game and playing, but I was just trying to take my body and give some space for the guy behind me with the puck. So I caught him a little higher than I would have liked, and I wasn't meaning to do that by any means, but I think it was a hockey play, and I paid the price for it.
I know you're one of 3 Saskatchewan natives on this Team Canada.
Yep.
What does it mean to you to see that they've got the Humboldt blanket up in the stands?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of good friends and played with a lot of good guys on that team, so it means a lot to see that they're still being thought of, and that it's still we're supporting them. And I mean, the hockey community is so awesome that way, that we're so tight knit, and yeah, it puts a smile on my face and gives me shivers a little bit just seeing that.
Great answers to all of those questions. The one thing Canada's still searching for is chemistry in the lines. They had to shuffle them after Kirby Dach's injury, then after the first game, then before the next game when Holloway was out, and for the fourth time, we'll see different lines today.
Yeah, trying to energize the offense, get a little more creative and free-flowing than they were against the Slovaks, and they will do that by creating what they think is more of a powerful number one line, and that is putting Connor McMichael as the number one center with the two Dylans. Holloway on the left, Cousins on the right. Cousins and Holloway are big guys. They can skate. They want to give them some speed and power and skill with McMichael to try and energize him. He hasn't got anything going 5-on-5, although I did notice in the third period of that game against Slovakia, McMichael's game really picked up, playing on that line with Perfetti and Krebs, and that they were creating as many good offensive opportunities in that third as I'd seen from them anywhere along the line. So maybe McMichael's ready to break out anyways, but this line change will give him a little bigger, stronger, faster guys on the wing, and we'll see if that pays off with a much better performance by him and that top line. Overall, Andre Tourigny, the head coach for Team Canada, simply wants Team Canada to simplify their game, use their speed, don't try and cut the plays too fine, and just get more pucks and bodies to the net.
Typically for Canada at this tournament with a schedule like this, you'd probably see the number one and number two goalie somewhere along the way. But the way it worked out this year with not many pre-tournament games, Devin Levi has gone the first two. He goes again today. Does he have a chance to run the table, assuming he continues to play well?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the back-to-back situation didn't amount to much because the first game was against Germany and he wasn't very busy. So, yeah, the net is his. It's all his. And the only way he gives it up is if things go south against Switzerland or Finland. So it's different rules this year, James, because, as you said, none of the goalies have played any meaningful hockey since last March. And it's more important to have the number one guy playing as much as you possibly can than it is to have the second or third guy ready to go in if needed.
He's been rock solid so far. Yes, the competition hasn't been great in the first two games, although Slovakia gave Canada a run. But remember, he was terrific against Russia as well in that one pre-tournament game. The Arkells will play us to break. The second just ahead.
We got gas in the tank to go all night. Relentless. We don't walk alone. Relentless. It's time to get to work now. Let's get going. Relentless. Like a dog on a bone.
No scores. We get set to start period number 2. There's your shots, 10-8 in favor of the Czech Republic. Each team had a power play, and neither team capitalizing. So the Czech Republic coming off the win over Russia with a very solid defensive effort, much the same there in the opening period.
Absolutely. They have found a formula that is tried and true, and they are working it to perfection again. And as the U.S. tries to crack the code, you got to move the puck quickly and up the ice as fast as you can, because it's a web, and they close you down and they don't give you an opportunity. If you do get a play, they're quickly over there to close you off. Here's Ryan Johnson. He's got to get that puck a second quicker to Cole Caulfield going through that middle, or again, they close you right down. So the formula is working tremendously well for the Czech Republic, and we saw that Russia couldn't crack the code, and in that first period, the USA didn't have much success either.
These teams did play last year in Ostrava in a thriller. Went to overtime. Cole Caulfield had the winner for the United States. This puck ends up in the U.S. bench. And another stoppage of play early. Next up for the Czech Republic, final game is against Austria. And next up for Team USA is against Sweden on New Year's Eve. And we touched on this yesterday, a couple of years ago in Victoria. The terrific game between Sweden and the United States. Sweden had the 4-0 lead. Ryan Poehling of the Montreal Canadiens now had a terrific third period. Tied the game in the final couple of seconds. They went to overtime, and Adam Boqvist did preserve the win for Sweden, but just a great hockey game. And those two will meet on New Year's Eve. Sent around the boards, Berard getting chase. This is deflected in by Tepley, and we will get an icing call. Again, we welcome all the fans who are watching this game. All the U.S. fans with plenty of support. Oh, someone got up a little early there.
Waiting for some excitement. You know, we talk about the National Team Development Program, and the kids go there at 16. They're there for 2 years. My good friend Pete Krupski, you know, who did OHL games for years with the Plymouth Whalers. I mean, he does the web games, and you know, all the parents tap into those games to see how their boys are doing, and does a terrific job. So for them to be able to join us, it's awesome.
Technology. You saw the U17 team on the bus watching the game. Mishak digs it free. Loose puck in behind the net. Getting knocked down. In behind the play was Beniers, and back up the ice now for Tepley. Tepley trying to center that into the high slot. Kucherik was following up on the play.
That was a really good play by Cole Caulfield, and he got the puck ahead to Matthew Boldy, and Boldy couldn't get a grip on the puck, or they had a great chance.
Vitush with the wrister glove save made by Knight, and he will hang on to it. And we say good evening to the fans watching in the Czech Republic. Such a terrific job hosting this event last year in Ostrava and Trnich.
Even the stuffed animals are joining us. Gotta love it.
Vitush, who won 3 of 4 faceoffs for the Czech Republic in the opening period. Turcotte will send this in. Ice time in the opening period. Drew Helleson had 7:28. Cam York had 7:23 to lead the U.S. in that category. Matthew Beniers was a perfect 4 for 4 in the faceoff department. Kaliev plays it back at the line. Helleson with the shot. Parikh will make the save and hang on to it.
Helleson got that through, shooting it quickly off the pass. If you linger with it, the Czechs are going to get into those shooting lanes and get into blocking position. Helleson with a real good shot off the right pad and kicks back, and Parikh feels it. Make sure it doesn't end up behind him.
Goal and an assist in this tournament for Helleson, the Colorado pick. Shot off the face-off, a bit of a knuckler as it comes off a stick, and Parikh will snare it.
Drew Helleson, who had that last shot. We also saw him bump into Spencer Knight in the warm-up. Little bump, and Spencer went down.
Another face-off win, another shot off the face-off, quickly off the stick of Brisson. Czech Republic clears, and Helleson plays it across. Slaggert will play it back into his own end. No score early second period. Next up here in Edmonton, Canada and Switzerland. And Switzerland in much need of some points. Icing here against the Czech Republic.
Switzerland scored 1 goal in their 2 games. Had some chances versus Slovakia, but Simon Latgatsi was brilliant in that 1-0 victory for Slovakia. They scored the first goal, the Swiss did, in their second game, but they haven't been able to generate very much.
Scramble in front of the net. That shot never did get to the net as Berard tried to jam it through. Brink on the loose puck. Brink controls. Lost control of it, gets it back. Sends it back at the line. Thrun with the wrister off the stick and wide. And picked up and snapped off the boards and out to center ice by Gutiel. Back in near side. And Rashka.
Well, we showed Drew Helleson shooting off the pass quickly so that the Czechs can't get into those shooting lanes and block those shots. Against Russia, it was just an unbelievable display of shot blocking. Leads to a goal. Can't linger with the puck when you're trying to get it to the net because players are too good and too committed at blocking shots. So you got to be quick Andre Tourigny is really trying to get his team to be more of a quick strike. And quick strike, different ideas with it, but quick strike also means get that puck off your stick quickly and make the goaltender act and get those shooters out of those lanes, or the defenders out of those lanes.
Good check for Kofer. He'll knife it out to center ice, no further. Back in Beniers. Drops it into the high slot. Quick shot from the high slot. I don't think the netminder, Parikh, even saw that. And it went off the shaft of his stick. Caulfield dishes it back for York. York for Faber. Back for York. York will dish it off. No score here in the second period. Shot from the line. That was deflected and wide as Boldy let it go. Kept in, but they are going to call this a glove pass as it went off the glove of Matthew Boldy, and it was picked up by Cam York.
Well, Parikh got fortunate because on a first shot off quickly to the net, doesn't look like he reacts to it. Good positioning and ends up hitting him in the blocker. Oh no, he never reacted to it. That hit him in the blocker. Perfect example. Don't let the goaltender get a beat on the shot. Boldy came back and didn't get it through on the next one. It got deflected, but that idea.
Ellison's pass is gobbled up. Lang bounces it in, and Knight will hang on to it.
Parikh, the LA Kings draft pick, and when you get drafted by the LA Kings and you have an opportunity to work under the guidance of Bill Ranford, I'll tell you what, that'll help your development. Because Bill Ranford, in my view, their sum is good, none better.
Parikh saw 77 minutes of action last year, stopped 44 of 52 shots he faced. Kaliev sends it up at center ice, no further. Kaliev, the Los Angeles pick. In a cross wrist shot, blocked by Sanderson. Kaliev after the loose puck. Sanderson has it in the corner. Sanderson slowly to center. Big Kaliev will send it in.
There's the web again.
And Czech Republic will regroup. Vitush carries to center, gets squeezed out in front of the penalty boxes. Slager giving chase. Chipped off the boards by Svozale. Drafted in the CHL by the Regina Pats, and uncertainty there because of the fact the Western Hockey League doesn't know when it will start. Muzik with the steal. Muzik, short side try. Knight the save, the rebound. Gobbled up. Slager will take it to the far side boards and slow the play down. Long pass. This will get deflected in by Moynihan. Back to the blue line. Thron unable to hold it in. And the U.S. will regroup. Thron. Philadelphia draft pick, first round 2019. Lead pass. Brisson couldn't track it down. U.S. maintains control. Drop back by Brink. Wrist shot through some traffic. Rebound on the goal line. Score! Berard with the shot. The rebound was there. Another shot, and it bounced around on the goal line and makes its way across.
Bobby Brink made this whole play. He's got the puck. He comes around with it, and he sees Berard coming off the bench, and as he swings around, he just drops it back to him, but he doesn't stop there. Bobby Brink right to the net, hunting the puck. It slips through. And there you have it. Bobby Orr Brink gets the USA on the board. I can never say his name, just Bobby Brink, because I just love the Bobby Orr Brink. But he started that and finished it.
Is that one of the U.S. players? No, it was a Czech Republic defender that actually taps it over to Bobby Brink.
But Bobby's hunting it. If you're not in that spot, you're not going to get rewarded. That's just a terrific play by Bobby Brink from start to finish.
So Brink will get his first of this tournament in his second season at Denver. And the U.S. with that all-important opening goal. Kucherik plays it around the boards in his own zone. Kept in. Caulfield with the quick shot to the short side. That didn't miss by much. Back to the blue line. U.S. with the 1-0 lead, looking for more. The long wrister there from Sanderson turned away. Boldy is on it. Leaves for Sanderson. Sanderson throws it to the side of the net, deflected away by Parikh. Back at the line, picked off. In the U.S., back up Wojciechowski. And he'll play it down the ice. Hofer in on the forecheck with the bump.
Team USA goal. Score
Long bouncer to the corner. Off the backboards for Lacombe. Tried to work it out. He grabbed off, and Svozale will take the pass and start back. Drops it back for Mishak. Mishak winds his way to center. Sends it across for Lang and back for Mishak. The Montreal Canadiens pick. He'll play it back at the line for Svozale. Down for Lang. Lang got tied up. Puck chipped off the boards. Trying to bust his way out was Turcotte. Can't. And Svozale plays it back to the U.S. line. Turcotte on it again. Snapped it up the middle off a skate. Here comes Tepley. Tepley back for the Czech Republic. Into the slot. Quick shot there by Mishak. That got blocked. And back up the ice for the U.S. Wrist shot from the far side. Sails all the way around the boards as Kaliev let that one fly. Kaliev trying to center. Comes back at the line for Johnson. Near side Thrun. Thrun for Zegras. Zegras controls inside that line, looking for some open ice. Not much there. Sends it for Kaliev. Svozale gets to the puck first. Tried to spring Lang. That didn't work. And the U.S. on it again. Centering pass for Kaliev. Tipped away. Kept in by Thrun. Sends it for Johnson. Johnson near side. Zegras. Zegras. That pass off a skate and grabbed off by Lang. And Lang looking for Tepley. Will get it out at center no further. U.S. has to be careful in the middle of a change. The puck came to the front of the bench. Got a reaction from the Czech Republic bench. The play goes on. Moynihan trying to dance his way in. Drops it back at the blue line. Faber. Over for York, and York will play it in. Slaggert back at the line. Wrist shot from the high slot. That never got through from Brisson. York jumps down into the place. Svozale stays with him. Gets it for Slaggert. On for Moynihan. Back for Slaggert. Moynihan goes to the front of the net. Slaggert gets it to him. Shot to the short side off the side of the net. And Haas is there to whip it around the boards. They say it went off the stick of York, so that negates the icing. Long lead pass. Back in for Farinacci. Gets rubbed out in the corner. Brink. Tries to work it free. Brink gets jammed up with Rashka. Farinacci trying to dig it free. He did, but it was intercepted as it came back to the line. Prickrow breaks it up and carries it back to the Czech Republic. Prickrow gets tied up in the corner. To the line and out. And Novak gets it on the right side. This will be cleared in, and again, Rashka involved in front of his own bench. Lead pass for Brink just beyond his reach. Kucherik played it to the corner, but it's intercepted. U.S. back in on the attack. Long wrister from Sanderson didn't miss by much. Centered back for Helleson. Helleson lets the wrist shot go. Parikh to save. Hofer on for Kubicek. Kubicek back up the middle. Blocking that off with Sanderson. And then Kubicek will follow up with the long wrister that sails over top the net. Kubicek plays in the Western Hockey League with the Seattle Thunderbirds. Kofer will chip it back into the U.S. zone. And Sanderson will park in behind his own net. Knight being watched by Tepley, and then Knight will just leave it there for Helleson. The goal by Brink snapped an 87-minute and 56-second shutout string that the Czech Republic had going. Icing call here.
The awareness of Bobby Brink on the first goal is just terrific. This is how he finishes it, but how he started it, and seeing Berard coming off the bench, but Bobby Brink gets right into the guts of the action. He's not interested in playing outside where it doesn't matter.
Brink, one of the returning players, as is Kaliev.
He's like Ryan Callahan with his attitude, that type of a player. Yeah, think you can stop me? Try.
Trutiel starts the attack up for Skozale. Skozale sends it rink wide. Templey with the wrister. And a good save by Spencer Knight, and he will hang on to it. Bobby Brink has the game's opening tally. U.S. up 1-0 on the Czech Republic. Fans of the Czech Republic, Craig, see their team down by 1, but certainly entertaining in this game.
Well, and because it's in the evening in Czech Republic, they can enjoy some adult beverages.
Why would evening have anything to do with that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe
it's the
just
holidays.
But it's Tuesday.
5 o'clock somewhere. 1-0 U.S. with the lead. Baranek tries to work it free. On for Vitouche. Back behind the net. Faber goes after it. Baranek in on the forecheck. And this will get chipped and off the glove.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing things to raise the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. But this year, ideas triumph. What would you do with $100,000 for your community?
Czech Republic down by 1. Karl Mlanek, in his first IIHF event, has done a good job with this team. The coach of the Czech Republic squad bounced back from that opening tournament loss to Sweden. Centering pass deflected away before Novak could get a stick on it. Caulfield in a foot race there with Kucherik. Kucherik of the Saskatoon Blades up to it. Lays it up at center. Rashka after it. On the stick of Novak, a quick shot, and again Spencer Knight with a good solid stop to keep this a 1-goal lead for the U.S.
Here's Landon Slaggert on the face-off. Doesn't win it cleanly, but he quickly gets into the spot to block the shot. You know, teams, and I know Hockey Canada, one of the principles at Andre Jordan and the coaching staff emphasize that they're face-off ready. And face-off ready means a lot of loose pucks. If you lose the draw, what are you doing to get in position to deny the next opportunity? Landon Slaggert demonstrates that for USA on that play.
McComb sends it back into his own end and cleared it in behind Parikh around, and McComb is on it again. Watched on the play, grabbed off by Rylovsky. Rylovsky down for Nyman, tried to get it back to Rylovsky, turned away, and Farinacci will play it up for Berard. Berard takes it to the outside. Dishes it off, shot, scramble in front of the net. Parikh down, and he will hang on to it. And again.
These two are going right here. These two are going right here. Let's go. These two.
Parikh down, but the puck is underneath him. 1-0 on a goal by Bobby Brink.
Well, Bobby Brink, if you want to find him, go around the front of the net. Go where the action is, because that's where he wants to go. He absolutely knows where the rewards are, and he's ready to pay every single price to get them. He's trying to get to the puck, and look at how he draws all those Czech players. It's like he's inviting them to a party. Come on over. Join me.
Offsetting minor penalties.
I love the way Bobby plays. He's one of those players you can look at and go, oh yeah, he might not be the tallest, he might not be the fastest. He's in the battle. He's in the fight. Those are the types of players that help you win.
Started the play, finished the play. Berard drew the only assist on that goal. Turcotte and Mishak. Krutil there as well for the Czech Republic. Puck squirts loose. Klikorka ahead for Tepley. Tepley in the corner gets a bump from Faber. Puck is still free. Mishak is on it. Try to get it back for Tepley. Intercepted. And York will skate it ahead. To the line and in. Lets the wrist shot go. Rebound was there for a second for Turcotte. 4-on-4, so a little bit of open ice. Turcotte for Zegras. Zegras tried to send it down. Almost a break for Tepley. Back in for Zegras. Outside, inside, back to the backhand, drops it off at the line, gets the return pass, and a wide open net for Trevor Zegras for his 4th of the tournament on a terrific pass.
Jake Sanderson with the fake and slides it over to Trevor Zegras. I mean, you look at where Lucas Perique is, he is not even in the same zip code, postal code, where that puck is going into the net. Nice rush up the ice, but as the puck comes over, oh boy, look at where Perique is. He is faked right out of his position. What a pass by Jake Sanderson. Trevor Zegras is not going to miss that anytime.
So 4th of the tournament for Zegras. And that might be his easiest one of the 4.
Well, when Jake Sanderson makes it that easy for you, and you've got the skill of Trevor Zegras, you're going to finish it.
In across the line, Sanderson skates it wide. Trying to jam it back down low. It bounces out at center. Helleson plays it back for Sanderson. Long lead pass for Caulfield. Caulfield sends it in. Race forward to the corner. Beniers is after it. Beniers takes a bump.
Okay, let's go.
U.S. does control. Helleson drops it back. Beniers, near side, Caulfield, and a right pad save by Perique. Taken by Prickwell. Beniers in pursuit. Caulfield there as well, but it gets the center. Rashka will play it into the U.S. zone. There's a steal. Rashka trying to bust his way in. Can't. Good recovery by the U.S. Czech Republic. Now we're back to 5-on-5. Wrist shot to the short side off a stick. Thrun goes after it to the near side, but Rashka gets there first. Rashka plays it across. Bit of a clothesline in behind the net as Rylovsky got put off stride. Ucherik in from the line, gets it back. Rylovsky on it again. Slap shot, and that got turned away and sent all the way down the ice. Svozale right back in. Helleson without a stick. Svozale tried to pitch a backhander into the slot. That got turned away and back up the ice. For the U.S. up by a score of 2-0. Centered in front of the net. Slaggert with a couple of whacks on it.
What a nice
Boldy is
pass
after
by
it.
Boldy to Slaggert.
Centered back into the high slot. Controlled on the near side by Thrun. Lets the shot go. Deflected in front by Brink. Then Perique turned it away. Centered and just away from Beniers. Johnson down for Beniers. Score! Bobby Brink has another.
Brink starts it again. And look where he ends up. What a terrific play by Bobby Brink. And Beniers, he just wires that puck right along the ice. Here's where it starts. But then Beniers, what a play. Stick down. Kubicek doesn't have him tied up. And again, doesn't matter how big you are, as long as you keep your hands free and gain position, you're going to get opportunities, and that's Bobby Brink. Want to know what Bobby Brink's game is? He's just demonstrated it here in the second period. He's smart, he plays at a good pace, he's hungry, good hands.
2:26 between the two goals.
He's even wearing Ryan Callahan's number 24.
Zegras made it 2-0. Brink with his second makes it 3-0. Centering passes again. Parik got caught out of the net. And an icing call here against the Czech Republic into the final 4 minutes now, period 2.
So think, get the puck into the goaltender's pads, right? Get the puck directed towards the net. Bobby Brink scores that goal on the first play. Another play right there going to the net. This is how you have to work the offense when a team is so good at shot blocking, because you're not going to score on goaltenders from 50 feet. They're too good, and then the shot blockers get in the way. So get the puck directed towards the net, in and around the goaltender's feet. You'll get rewarded. USA have shown that, have worked it to perfection.
Zegras back for York. Shot that never got through. Zegras for Turcotte. Turcotte being hounded there by Vitush. Back at the line for York. Slips it down low. Klikorka goes after it. Getting there first, though, is Kaliev. For Turcotte, back for Kaliev. Gets it to the forehand, lets the shot go, and Parik got the right pad down. Faber holds it in. For York. Back for York from Kaliev, looking for the short side, turned away. Turcotte, cross ice, Faber with the blast. 20 shots on goal now for the USA squad after 8 in the opening period. Faber pinches it along the boards. And we get a bit of a scrum. Coutil moves into the pile. Kaliev is in the pile, looking for it to come loose. Kaliev elects to head to the bench on the change. And the puck grabbed off by Brisson. Lacombe goes cross ice, and a quick wrister from the far side from Sanderson is grabbed and held. Zegras from Thrun and Brink from Beniers and Johnson. 3-0 USA. NBA on TSN continues Monday. A clash between the Trail Blazers and the Clippers. Action gets underway at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific on TSN. 3-0 USA with the lead.
Well, I was giving love to the wrong player on the pass to Zegras. Henry Thrun makes the pass. I thought it was Jake Sanderson, but it was no less of a terrific play. It was just a great fake shot. And so Henry Thrun, he gets his deserved accolades.
The Anaheim connection, him and Zegras.
Yeah.
Chance in front of the net. Scramble in front of the net again, cleared away. As down as Parik. Parik will come off to play it. Stuffs it onto the near side. Prickrow gets to center and dumps it in. Sanderson back for it. Sanderson snaps it up on the right side, boards and springs Brink. Brink has two. Brink forced to the outside by Svozale. Brink stays in the battle. Yurchuk tried to stuff it up the boards. Intercepted, kept in at the line by Johnson. Johnson plays it for Thrun. Thrun dishes it off for Berard. Berard gets taken down. Play goes on. Farinacci waiting for it to come out of the pile. Rylovsky's there to stuff it ahead, and it's grabbed off by Nyman. Nyman plays it through for Kofer. Nyman in on the forecheck. Kofer now with the bump on Johnson. Centered in front, big save. Tepley the rebound. Tepley trying to get that onto the stick of Nyman. But another good save by Spencer Knight. Slap shot from the line, Klikorka, and another good save by Knight. This shot got blocked by Johnson and grabbed off by Berard. Berard drops for Brink. Brink takes a look on the line change, goes cross ice, and Farinacci with the opportunity. Stuffed ahead at center. Nishak takes it wide. Nishak on Helleson. Ishak throws it to the front of the net. Turning and firing is Lang, and that one over top the net. Karam's around for Caulfield. Caulfield puts on the brakes, spins it backside, and the period comes to an end. And after a scoreless opening 20 minutes, Bobby Brink gets a pair, Trevor Zegras gets another, and the U.S. has broken the Czech wall in a 3-0 lead after 40 minutes of play.
The college football playoff semifinals comes your way New Year's Day as number 4 Notre Dame takes on number 1 ranked Alabama, followed by a clash between number 3 Ohio State and number 2 Clemson, which Clemson will win by 24. And I will come into work the next day with an orange paw on my face. Coverage begins 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on TSN and keeps rolling all night long. Back with Bob McKenzie for your second intermission. Just the Americans just moving the puck around so well, and we've seen this from the Czechs. Their system works until they fall behind, and then it tends to fall apart. That's what happened against Sweden. That seems to be what's happening against the Americans today.
Well, it's up to the Americans or whoever's playing the Czechs, in this case the Americans, to do something to try and break down the wall that Dennis Bayak was talking about, and it's difficult to do. I asked Nate Lehman, how do you do that before the game? And he says, you've got to get pucks and bodies to the middle of the ice. So in this particular instance, keep an eye on the puck and the traffic, and they find the bodies and they get them in front of the net. There they go, 2 in front of the net, a third one coming. And now look at all those bodies in front, put the puck on the net, and now you've got lots of people to make it happen. So it seems simple in principle, but the Russians couldn't get the idea at all. The Americans did a really good job of that on that first Bobby Brink goal, and ultimately on the third goal that Bobby Brink also scored.
When you're named Bobby or Brink, you better be good, and he is. He's standing by with Ryan Rashog.
Well, Bobby, I'm sure you guys saw what the Czechs did against Russia. They had gone well over 80 minutes without giving up a goal. Was there some relief when that first one went in against them?
Yeah, they were playing strong defensively. We expected that coming in. We knew how they were going to play, and we knew we were going to break through eventually if we just stuck to our game plan.
A couple goals for you in that period. We'll let you take a look at them. The common denominator seems to be getting to that greasy area in front of the net, and that seems to be where you like to get to.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that in the start, that we were going to score if we got to the net, and guys got there. We just created scrums, and we capitalized on a few.
Craig Button multiple times in that period compared you to Ryan Callahan, pretty good U.S. player. Who did you look up to growing up?
Yeah, I looked up to a lot of different guys. I think like Johnny Gaudreau, Patrick Kane, those type of guys. They're just so fun to watch, and as a smaller guy, just kind of look up to those type of players.
Thanks for your time, Bobby.
Thank you.
When guys are looking up to Johnny Gaudreau when they're growing up, we are getting really, really old, Bobby, at this point in time. Second round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers. The first round pick of Anaheim is Trevor Zegras, who last year was fantastic, one of the better players in the tournament with 9 primary assists, but 0 goals, and he's completely flipped the script this year with 4 goals.
This kid's the full meal deal, I'll tell you right now. Playmaking, goal scoring, he's got some swagger and confidence and showmanship, and this is just a brilliant play. Now they're playing 4-on-4, so there's a little more room, but here he's got 1-on-4 basically. He's like, we're going to take it back. Now, the minute he gives that puck to Henry Thrun, he was already asking for it back. He had the stick cocked up. He was tapping the stick before he lifted it. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to draw all the checks to him, wanted to throw the puck over to Thrun, and the minute he did, tap the stick, lift it up, get ready, put it in the empty net, and a great pass by Thrun.
Those 4 goals lead the tournament right now. Dylan Cousins, Philip Tomasino will try to do something about that this afternoon when Canada plays Switzerland. Canada's third games. Tell you what, this guy, he's been out there every single day for the Canada games, every time to watch Canada walk from the hotel into the rink. You'll hear from Bowen Byram, who'll be wearing the C today, and we'll preview Canada-Switzerland next. You likely know this already, but 5:30 Eastern, the pregame show begins for Canada-Switzerland. Canada 23-0-0. All-time against the Swiss at this tournament, though there have been games where the Swiss have certainly hung around in the past. Let's hear from Bowen Byram, who's with Mark Masters.
Bowen, after a tight game against Slovakia, what are you expecting against the Swiss today?
I think a lot of the same. I think a lot of those countries play the same way, lock things down defensively and rely on blocking shots, things like that. So we definitely got to be ready to go tonight.
Kirby Dach was on the Spit and Chicklets podcast. He was saying he probably benefited you in this regard by being with the Avalanche, practicing against guys, some big guys like Rantanen, and obviously we've talked about McKinnon. Like, how did that, impact you, do you think?
Yeah, exactly. I think you learn pretty quickly how to try to defend those guys, how to do it to the best you can. I mean, you don't like to get burnt, so you try to figure it out as quickly as you can. I feel like being physical is a way to do that.
So how much of it would you say is the strength, because I'm assuming you're feeling stronger these days, and also kind of the hockey IQ of knowing when to step up and meet someone at the blue line and having the confidence to do that?
Yeah, I think strength is definitely a big thing. From last year to this year, I definitely feel a big difference. So it's a lot easier to feel confident making those plays when you feel strong and get on your skates. So also has a lot to do with confidence and reading the play in that as well. So just got to pick your time and place.
The point man on Canada's first power play unit, which was 2 for 3 against Germany, but we kind of discount all the stats from that game. 0 for 2 against Slovakia. What do they want to improve on today?
Well, no personnel changes to the power play at all. I suggested after the last game, maybe they want to put Drysdale out there with Byram and go with 3 forwards and 2 defensemen. And Coach Andre Turney's not listening to him. He's going to come back with Dylan Cousins on the net front, Perfetti and McMichael on the half wall, Krebs in the bumper, and Bowen Byram on the point on the first power play. He just wants better execution. It was a very small sample size. I mean, they had 2 power plays. They weren't sharp, but they're just challenging the guys on the first and second power play units that have been there basically through the whole tournament. Just execute better. Just use your speed. Don't try to cut it so fine. One of the things overall about 5-on-5 and power play is that they do feel like the players are maybe overthinking things a little and trying to make a perfect play instead of making a simple play.
You talked about the line changes to a couple of lines earlier on. Mercer, Suzuki, Tomasino stay together and have been really effective. What's been the key for them?
Well, we often talk about this being a 19-year-old tournament, and in some ways, this line is proof of that. Here are 4 19-year-olds from the Ontario Hockey League, well, 2 from the Ontario Hockey League and 1 from the Quebec League, and they've been, again, small sample size, we say it over and over, but boy, they were really good against the Slovaks, and they were really good against the Germans too, especially when the game was still on the line against Germany. But Tomasino was a great finisher, and that line has really, and they've been called the 4th line, and technically, I guess they are, but because you've got a bunch of skilled guys that are in their last year of junior hockey, you can see that little extra jump that maybe they've got so far that we haven't seen from Cole Perfetti or Jack Quinn, although I thought Jack Quinn and Perfetti both started to play better last game, as well as Byfield, who's the youngest player on the team. That difference between the 18-year-old year and the 19-year-old can be huge. That's not to say the 18-year-olds can't light it up, because we've seen that happen. Connor McMichael was an 18-year-old last year, and he scored 5 goals and was absolutely fantastic. So I'm not saying that age prohibits you from dominating at 17 or 18, but those 19-year-olds know it's their last kick at the can, and they've been good.
A Team Canada win, and they will have solo possession of first place in Group A. The Finns on a second of 2 straight days off right now. The Americans up 3-0. Bobby Brink with a pair of goals to lead the way for Team USA.
Hi, I'm Holly Brink.
And I'm Andy Brink, and we're the proud parents of Team USA member number 24, Bobby Brink. And we want to wish Bobby and the rest of Team USA a lot of luck up in Edmonton at the World Junior Championships. And if you're going up there, you might as well win the gold. Go get them, boys.
Scoreless opening period. Here's what happened in the second. Bobby Brink got that all-important first goal from Berard at 5:33. Zegras from Thrun at 13:30. And then Brink with his second from Beniers and Johnson at 15:56. There's the shots. 15-7 in favor of the U.S. Craig, you mentioned you're not going to score on these goalies from 50 feet away. You have to go to the dirty areas. The U.S. did.
Yeah, I love the way they played through that second period. They were in and around the net. They worked the goaltender. They were hard on him. They were making sure that the shots were getting through, and then they were going right there looking for rebounds, and the hand-to-hand combat was on display all the way through. And then ultimately, as you mentioned, Dennis, they broke through and got rewarded. Bobby Brink scores the first goal, but it was all a result of the lead-up and the build-up of just engaging at the net. The U.S. did a terrific job of doing that.
Third period gets going here in Edmonton. Triple header. at the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. Canada, Switzerland up next. Austria and Russia will close out the day. Tomorrow, Finland and Slovakia. And then a big contest between Switzerland and Germany. The winner of that puts himself in a real good spot to move on. And then Russia, Sweden will close it out tomorrow night. 3-0. Team USA has the lead. Mishak will play this in. After it is Tepley, but it's grabbed off and controlled by Sanderson. Sanderson gets chased all the way back into his own end by Baranek. Parikh chops that away from the front of his own net. And Helleson has it back for Team USA. Czech Republic changing. Bobby Brink with a backhander. Left pad save made by Parikh. The puck out to center ice and cleared in by Baranek. Muzik is after it. Getting there first is Helleson. And the U.S. back in on the attack. Brink will get across the red line, dump it in, head to the bench on the change. Berard in after it. Berard got tied up, but held up in the corner. And the puck cleared up at center. Johnson breaks it up. And now controlled and cleared, but not deep in front. And his lead pass for Kaliev beyond Kaliev's reach. And an icing call here against Team USA.
Well, Henry Thrun made that fantastic play to Trevor Zegras. They completely misidentified him as Jake Sanderson, so, you know, my apologies there. But Henry is a smart player. His head coach at Harvard, Ted Donato, is here. Harvard is not playing this year, hockey, so he is playing in Dubuque in the USHL to try to make sure that he continues to progress in his game. Had a freshman season last year at Harvard. Very smart player, and we saw that on that goal. Here's Teddy Donato, longtime NHLer. John Farinacci, also a player there. He's over in Muskegon in the USHL.
Zegras tries to get this deep, stopped at the blue line. Turcotte battles for it. Curtillo will send it back down the boards. And back forward is Thrun. Prickwell after him. He'll drop it back, and Johnson starts back on for Zegras. Zegras gets to the red line, pumps it in. Turcotte after it. Turcotte bumped by Curtillo. And then Zegras takes the bump on the play from Rashka. Controlled at the line, played in deep. Rashka plays in Frýdek Míštek. We used to drive through there every day last year on our way to Trinich. And the Czech Republic hosted the World Junior Championship. Turcotte.
Frýdek Míštek was where Canada won the gold medal in 1994 in the Czech Republic.
One of the great things about going to those countries for the World Junior Championship or the World Championship, you pass through all these little towns where you remember saying that players were from. Now you finally get a feel of what those towns are all about, those little cities. This gets bounced in, grabbed off by Knight. He'll drop it for York. York plays it on for Moynihan, and he'll play it back for Faber. Faber. Up the middle, Brisson will send it in to the backboards. Radek Kucherik takes his man out to the blue line. Screen shot blocked in front. Parikh down. Moynihan trying to dig it out. Slithers it into the corner. After it is Brisson. Gets some help there from Slaggert. Rylovsky up for Kofor. Kofor couldn't get anywhere. In for Sanderson. Sanderson tees it up. And Kucherik got in front of that one. Kucherik trying to play it up the boards. Does. And it'll get stuffed out to the center ice area. And Beniers is on it quickly. Coming into the third period, Beniers has won 7 of 9 faceoffs that he has taken. Now he winds his way in on the offensive attack. Beniers plays it around, chases it down. And a shot deflects up and out of play.
Czech fans tuning in from Czech Republic. Those are looks of concern. A little different look than we saw earlier in the game, and certainly what we saw after the victory over Russia, the 2-0 victory. You know, the key here for the USA was being able to not only get the first goal, but also build on it, right? So the Czechs have remained committed fairly, but if they're going to try to generate some offense, they're going to have to try to forecheck, put a little more pressure on the U.S. because the U.S. are playing very well, moving that puck up and attacking in the offensive zone. See if the Czechs can adjust.
Here comes Tepley. Of course, on the other side, Canada, Finland, keeping an eye on this pool as well to see who will drop down to the bottom and who will be their competition when you get the crossover for the quarterfinal. Finland has been a bit of a thorn in the side of Team USA. Eliminated them last year, and then we can go back to the tournament in BC when Capo Caco got the late goal. There's a floater from the line. Knight may have taken that one off the mask.
Isn't Finland a thorn in the side of everybody?
They are, yes.
I mean, in that same tournament where Capo Caco scores the winning goal in the last minutes, you know, they also beat Canada in that overtime game. You know, the quarterfinal. Last year beat the U.S. 1-0.
And sitting at 2-0 right now. Zegras on for Turcotte. On for Kaliev. Kaliev back for Turcotte. In a little tight against Cretil. Back at the line for York. York sends that down low past Baranek. Comes back at the line. York gets it again. Penalty coming up. 28 White. It is going to be to Cretil. Shot score! On the delayed penalty. Zegras has another. And it's 4-0.
Trevor Zegras. Gotta love watching him play. He's fun to watch and he's so talented, but there's the penalty. Arthur Kaliev gets dumped in front of the net. And then as the puck comes across, Zegras just wires it. So last year he showed us all the great assists. This year he says, oh yeah, I got more than just assists in my game. His 5th goal of the tournament.
So 2 for Zegras, 2 for Brink. And Zegras now with 7 points in 3 games.
He had 9 last year, all assists.
Yep. Led the tournament in assists. Knight will leave it there for Sanderson. It has been a nice bounce-back game for Spencer Knight. Had the rough night against Russia. But early in this game, in the first period, when the U.S. team actually got outshot, made a couple of real good saves. The U.S. has outshot Czech Republic 24-19. This is going to be an icing call against the Czech Republic. And the face-off comes back as we take a look at Zegras and Kaliev.
The play, Brock Faber makes the play across. It gets a little deflected, then comes right to Zegras. And it's amazing how it doesn't matter if the puck's bouncing, if it's perfectly flat or gets deflected. Those good players know how to handle it and take full advantage.
Looked like a little redirect up high there from Kaliev in the high slot on the Faber pass. Haas in behind his own net for the Czech Republic. Plays it for Novak, and Novak will just send it back down the ice. And Helleson goes back for it. Ellison on for Boldy. Boldy stopped at the line. Matthew Boldy, a Minnesota first-round pick. 2 in the game for Zegras, and a 4-0 lead. College football playoff semifinals get underway Friday. Number 4 ranked Notre Dame takes on number 1 Alabama. Catch the action 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific on TSN. 13 left in this one. U.S. trying to jump to 2-1. Clean win would give them 6 points. Move them into a tie with Sweden. Sweden would have played one less game. Helleson is being sent to the bench. Sure if it was a late change.
We're coming out of a commercial break.
Mouth guard situation for Helleson. There it is. Back where it should be. And now York will come out and join Thrun on the back end for Team USA. Just one power play each.
Nate Lehman won a national championship at Providence College.
Out of Centerville, Ohio.
And, you know, they beat Boston University Terriers. Jack Eichel was on that team. Freshman, he was phenomenal. His Hobie Baker winner, second overall pick in the NHL draft, but still a real disappointment for Jack and Boston University having lost.
Rylovsky across the line. Closed in on him, 4 American defenders. Back for York. York will play it back into his own end. Czech Republic with under 12.5 to go, down 4. They will need one in a hurry, and this isn't going to help, as IIHF is going to go for tripping, and the U.S. will get the game's second power play.
Czech Republic, minor penalty, tripping.
Quick pass, and Brendan Brisson makes a quick move as IIHF is trying to come up on him and gets himself in that vulnerable spot.
When you look at the crossover from the B side back to the A side, this is why finishing in the top 2 on this side is critical, because there's a drop-off after Canada-Finland. There is a drop-off between Slovakia and whether it's Germany or Switzerland that gets in there on the other side.
Absolutely.
Zegras for Boldy and back for Zegras. Just a check there from Rashka. Kofor's after it. But the U.S. does control. Cleared to the near side boards. Boldy back at the line for York. Across for Caulfield. York takes that return feed for Kaliev. Scores! Arthur Kaliev on and off his stick and into the top corner. Power play marker, and it's 5-0.
Terrific movement by USA, and Kaliev gets this puck on the move right in that slot area, and he can score from 35 feet, and he just showed you that ability and talent. But circling around, they just worked it perfectly. Good speed, good precision and symmetry, and the head up and under the bar, short side.
So the U.S. power play now 4 for 9. Kaliev, who had 44 last year and 98 points in the OHL with Hamilton, had points in all but 11 games last year in the OHL. If they do get going this year, it'll be his 4th in the OHL. The Los Angeles Kings second-round pick back in 2019. Vitush for the Czech Republic, can't handle it, came to the front of the net, and Berard just had it slip away from him. Kept in at the line, and now a cross-ice pass gets deflected as Favored tried to come near side.
As the U.S. move the puck quickly, there's also movement with their players. You see Kaliev coming up high, so when he gets that puck, it's hard for the defender, if not impossible, to get out on top of him, and then he can step in there and pick his spot. When he can shoot the puck like he does with the accuracy that he has, becomes a very difficult opportunity. So Be interested to hear what Bill Radford would say to the shooter, Kaliev, of the LA Kings, and the goaltender, Perry, of the LA Kings.
Sanderson swings down low. Colangelo plays it back up top, gets the return pass, rips the wrister wide, and it comes off the backboards and grabbed off by Novak.
And Bill Radford, who runs the goaltending program with the LA Kings. Now, there's a misconception that the goaltending coaches, you know, they only work with the goaltenders. They also work with the shooters on helping them understand. Colangelo with a really good look there, set up nicely.
He can shoot the puck.
Yes.
Run back into his own zone. So Zegras from Faber and York, so they say did not touch Kaliev's stick. And then Kaliev from York and Zegras. Trevor Zegras has had himself a wonderful tournament so far, offensively. Caulfield trying to work this out of the corner. Intercepted. Centering pass got blocked by Boldy. And then Rylovsky with the wrister. Grabbed and held by Trevor Knight. Philip Kofer, who had the game-winning goal in the game against Russia in the penalty box and isn't sure why he's in the penalty box. Comes out of all of this. There was a slashing penalty called somewhere in there against 27.
They do call that slashing when you go in there when the goaltender has the puck covered and you're trying to jam it away in some way, shape, or form. So might not be what we see in a real flagrant one, but that's where the penalty occurred.
It's like when they call a minor spear a slash. If there is such a thing as a minor spear. York will chase this back into his own zone. Into the back half here, period number 3, and what has been a very good game for USA. And there's another power play goal. And that one seemed to fool Parikh.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is one happy guy out here, Cole Caulfield. He's had some great opportunities in this game, more against Russia, but he gets this pass, and as you watch him light up, here it comes, and then he can pick his spot, and he cashes in beautifully. Parikh can only hope that the puck hit him right below the pad. He can hit the smallest of spots, and that's where Cole Caulfield is going to be money for the Montreal Canadiens.
Off to a good year in Wisconsin with 6 goals and 12 points in 10 games, and he finds the back of the net. And one of those players that
looks like they might be getting Nick Malik a little bit ready to take some action here with just over 9 minutes left. He's taken off the baseball cap and
icing call, as we'll have another look at Cole Caulfield.
What a great look we're going to get here. Look at the head up the whole way. His head is always up, and when he sees that opening, he can put it away. Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
So 5 for 10 now is the USA power play.
Yeah, they're trying to change the goaltending here, but you can't make changes on icing. The same players that were there on the icing have to stay out, so.
Should have done it on the fly.
Yeah.
So.
Team Czech Republic, bench minor delay game.
So another power play for Team USA. So the Czech Republic shorthanded for the 4th time in this game. They have only been successful on 1 of the 3 kills so far. And with that.
So the Czechs win 2-0 versus Russia. Terrific game for them. Against Sweden, and now through this game against the USA, they've been outscored 13-1.
Yep. Short side try. Parikh is down. Another try on the short side from Kaliev. Played around for Zegras. USA back on the man advantage. Zegras for Kaliev. Back for Zegras and up top for York. Caulfield swings to the high slot. Kaliev on the backside. And the pass for Kaliev in behind him. As Boldy tried to find him. Zegras winds his way into the Czech Republic zone. Oh, he had Caulfield in full flight, and the puck just skipped away from Caulfield. Back for Zegras. Zegras for Boldy. Boldy scores! Pulls it back between his legs and stuffs it. So there's going to be one more goal against for Parikh before they make the goaltending change, as Boldy makes this a 6-0 game with the third power play goal of the game for Team USA.
And Zegras with another point.
A 4-point game for him.
Well, Caulfield gets it up high, and then this is a great move. I love the way that Boldy's above the goal line there and receives the pass, and then, I mean, he's a big, powerful forward. You're not getting through him to the puck.
So we've now
hands
seen
between the legs, flips it over. It's beautiful.
Seen two players do that now. Elmer Soderblom of Sweden did the same thing on the power play, pulled it back through his legs and tucked it. And now Matthew Boldy does the same. And now Nick Malik will come in to finish this game for the Czech Republic. It was scoreless after 1, 3-0 USA after 2. And they have blown this one wide open here in the third. Offside as Brisson had it and Slager tried to get out of his way.
Nick Malik now in the net. I was looking right across. You could see him taking off the baseball cap, putting on the mask, and here is Lucas Parikh throwing that stick. None too happy. Outstanding in the win versus Russia. Through 25 minutes, the Czechs were in a really nice place. Things were looking bright and sunny, and then they weren't. And this third period has really opened it up for the USA and made it painful for the Czech Republic.
So USA will go to 2-1 and 6 points. There's another penalty coming up on the play. Russia plays Austria tonight, so should be able to assume that Russia's going to go to 2-1 with 6 points as well. Sweden does not play again.
Team Czech Republic
today. Does not play
penalty holding
till tomorrow, and they will play Russia tomorrow.
Brett Berard getting a step, and there's the hand, and clearly holding. Adam Raska tries to stop him.
We saw Slovakia get itself into penalty trouble last night. 5-point game for Trevor Zegras. 2 goals and 3 assists. Correction on that, I think he said he had a 4-point outing. Caulfield with the other assist on the goal by Boldy. Turcotte takes it to the outside. Turcotte centers, makes its way all the way back into the USA zone. Saw Slovakia run itself into penalty trouble last night. Czech Republic has done the same. We have an injured player.
Alex Turcotte down on the ice. Stan Wong, long time USA national team trainer, long time with the Washington Capitals, tending to him. So as Turcotte comes around, there's the hit. Cherick comes in, catches him as he's trying to fend off the Czech one way. Turcotte can't really get himself braced for that contact. Clearly in discomfort.
So slowly gets up. Gets some support and some love from both teams as he makes his way back to the Team USA bench. Off day for Team USA tomorrow, and then the big New Year's Eve match against Sweden. Eight power play shots so far in this game for Team USA, 3 for 4 statistically. So a rough outing for the Czech Republic penalty killing squad. Those numbers will take a hit. York skates it out of his own zone slowly. Drops for Zegras. On for Boldy. Back for Zegras. Backdoor Caulfield. Kaliev stuffs it back for Caulfield. Up top, York. Back for Zegras. Kaliev. Zegras. And now for York. Or Kaliev on this near side. Boldy down low. Boldy tried to send it around as Zegras does. Kaliev back for Boldy. Bounced away from him. Likorka gets tripped up on the play. Play goes on. Rutil snaps it around the boards, but it's blocked by Kaliev. Centered in front. Kaliev in the slot. Ouch. Koranic blocks that. But the USA controls on the power play. Zegras tees it up, doesn't shoot it. Now he does, off the pipe. And this is grabbed by Jiricek, and he'll play it all the way down the ice.
Trevor Zegras, what a display of skill he is putting on.
Anaheim Ducks have to be very happy with what they are seeing from him. Scramble in front, Farinacci gets it to the goal line. And Malik dives back and smothers it, and the officials trying to maintain some control.
Bobby Brink was very close to getting to that puck before Nick Malik, which would have completed the hat trick. But no surprise where you find Bobby Brink. Shot comes through, and Bobby Brink's trying to get there, and Malik just gets there a half a second ahead of him.
Same spot he scored his other two from. So Team USA, after losing to Russia and then the one-sided win against Austria, solid effort. Here they got that all-important first goal, then the second goal. Maybe forced the Czech Republic to get away from its defensive game a little bit. And the U.S. has totally dominated this offensively. Berard back, watched by Templey. Leaves it for Faber.
And the line of Farinacci, Brink, and Berard really set a tone for USA by getting the puck in and around the net, hunting the puck, and really being determined in their approach to try to make it uncomfortable for Lucas Perique.
Mishak will carry it in, throws it for Templey. Templey tried to play it back into the slot. Lang with the shot. That got blocked. Sanderson, I think it was, went down to the yes, and he's getting up rather slowly as he took that shot off the left hand. And now another penalty coming up on the play. Team USA up by 7 in the third. Time now for the Gatorade shift of the game. And
well, Trevor Zegras enters the zone, weaves some magic, zips it over to Henry Thrun, and then Henry Thrun with a great fake shot holds Perique, and Zegras has the whole net to pick where he wants to put the puck.
Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. And the U.S. has refueled. And a 7-0 lead here in the third period. Turcotte back out there after getting shaken up. So that's good news for Team USA. Turcotte spins it out of the corner, gets tied up there with Kucheric.
Good news for Turcotte is you saw him take that hit from Kucheric, and now he's back playing.
Turcotte, of course, plenty of bloodlines, hockey bloodlines in that family. Alfie, Riel, father, grandfather. Taken and played back at the line. Sharp angle try from Farinacci. That got turned aside. Or rather, Colangelo on that far side try. Jammed up, and the puck is grabbed off and cleared all the way down the ice by Kofer. York back for it. Into the final four now. York skates it up, drops it back. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Zegras for Boldy. Boldy centers in front. Came off the skate of Caulfield. York takes it. Puts it for Boldy. Rylovsky tried to intercept the pass. Could not. Caulfield gets the return pass from Kaliev. York plays it down for Zegras. Back up top, York. Back for Zegras. Looking for Kaliev, or maybe trying to come across all the way for Caulfield. York back for Zegras. For Boldy. Boldy back for Zegras. Caulfield tracks it down, rips it over top the net. Power play over. One shot on the power play. Prickle, who was serving the minor, it was a 2 and a 10 to Sposale. Prickle tied up there with Caulfield. Caulfield tight turns, and then he'll drop it back where York will take it. Muzik keeps an eye on him. Little stutter step by Thrun, and then he'll play it back. Boldy will leave it for Jackson Lacombe, another Anaheim pick. Haas tried to pitch that in deep, didn't get much on it. He comes back down the ice, and Malik will come out and play it. Snaps it around the boards. Looking for Rashka. Muzik. Reverse hit there. Muzik trying to clear Kent. Lacombe at the line. Lacombe goes to the backhand. Plays it down to the goal line. Under 2 minutes now. And a pass back to the left point comes all the way back inside the USA line. And back for it is Hellison.
And at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, you can tune into the Canada-Swiss game and watch another Anaheim draft pick, Jamie Drysdale, 6th overall in the 2020 draft.
That's game 2 here in Edmonton. Game 3 will be USA and Russia. Ray Ferraro, Gord Miller will have the call of the Canada-Swiss game and the and the Russia-Austria game. Grabbed off by Johnson.
Could have had a day-night doubleheader there with the USA.
Yes. Well, this one maybe wasn't as hard as they thought it was going to be. The first part of it certainly was, but once they found a way to get into that blue paint.
You play different teams, and different teams are going to pose different challenges, and if you want to have success in the tournament, you have to adjust and find the solutions to it. The USA did a terrific job of exactly that.
Bertille plays it down low, gets tied up in the corner. Plenty of time on the near side for Johnson, and now Tepley closes in on him. Thrun will play it up the boards. Tepley breaks it up for Nyman, back for Tepley. And Tepley has it taken away by Thrun. Flips it up. In across for Beniers. Drops it for Berard, and Berard stripped of the puck. Back out at center, dying seconds of this one. Team USA will go to 2-1 with 3 games played. Move into a tie with Sweden for top spot, but Sweden has only played a couple of games. 7-0 final as Spencer Knight pitches a 22-save shutout for Team USA.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Revs your heart.
So 7-0 final. Trevor Zegras now in World Junior competition has 14 assists. Moves into a tie with another pretty good setup man, Doug Waite. Jordan Schrader leads that category with 20.
From local maker Close General Leather
5-point game for Zegras in this one.
Their award after they exit the ice.
I think that's 19 points.
Best player of Team Czech Republic.
9 assists.
Yes, 14 assists, 19 points now. Zegras led the tournament last year in assists.
The best player of Team USA est le numéro 24, number 24, Bobby Brink.
So Bobby Brink gets a couple of goals in this game. That all-important first one that kind of broke the ice.
Et maintenant, pour l'hymne national, for the national anthem of Team USA.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
Absolutely dominant performance by Spencer Knight, Trevor Zegras, and the American team with a 7-0 victory over the Czech Republic. Their second win of the tournament. And moving them just tucked in behind Sweden in Group B. Basically, Russia plays Sweden tomorrow. Sweden plays USA New Year's Eve. Those two games will decide how things end up in Group B. Over in Group A, it's a little more simple. Canada wins the last two games, they will win Group A and play the fourth place team in Group B. Finland right now on the second of two straight days off. That game New Year's Eve between Canada and Finland. Likely to decide it depending on what happens today between Canada and Switzerland. We're less than 1 hour away from the start of the pregame show as we count you down to Canada and Switzerland. Canada with two players back today. Braden Schneider off that suspension. Dylan Holloway back in the lineup after missing the last game due to injury. 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific for the pregame show. The drop of the puck about a half an hour after that. Trevor Zegras putting on a show, leading the tournament now in goals and in points, and his team just razor sharp today as they win their second game of the 2021 World Juniors. We'll see you in about an hour.